That's why the divorce rate went from 15% in the 50s to like 85 now.
You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Do not trust men.
Yes, I'm in designer. If I see her, then I got her, bro. Yes, I am a dog with these diamonds on my collar.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to episode 3 of Let's Be Clear. See, this is why this is a horrible name for the show, because I can't even say the word clear correctly. So anyway, welcome to Let's Be Clear. I have today with me the man, the myth, the legend, my number one paisan, the one and only Rich Conigliaro. Hi, Dad.
Hello.
Welcome aboard.
Thank you.
What do you think of the gig we have here?
Wow, this is crazy.
Yeah. You were saying you thought you were going to walk into a barn with a weird setup?
Yeah, I thought somewhere in East Boston over by the fish house. I didn't realize this was, this high tech.
Yeah, this is legit over here, you know?
Yeah, this is cool.
So, for those of you that don't know about my family or my father, you could say that he comes from the first family of baseball in New England, right? And that's your name. And he had 2 brothers that both played professional baseball. He would have as well. Dad, tell us a little bit about Uncle Tony and Uncle Billy, and tell us about you on the AAA.
Well, if I take it really quickly, we'll go. I was just talking to one of you guys out here in the studio that grew up in East Boston, where I did, and we used to grow up playing half ball, which is a ball like a pimpled rubber ball cut in half, and we used to hit it with a broomstick. And I believe that the reason...
Back in the 1700s.
No. We're talking... I'm not that old.
I'm just kidding.
We're talking about like in the 60s, late 50s. We grew up playing half ball. And,
yep.
If you could hit a half ball, like a flying saucer with a broomstick, I think
you could hit
helped.
anything.
I think that helped all of us with our eye coordination.
Yep.
And all that stuff. But anyway, to cut it short, that's how we started. And then my brother Tony, who was 7 years older than me in Little League, was like breaking all records, freaking just unbelievable Little League star, and moved up. And Billy, my other brother, who was 4 years older than me, right behind him, just as good. And
wasn't Uncle Billy's his first draft ever? Red Sox first draftee?
Yeah, but I hadn't gotten to that
Okay,
yet.
Go ahead.
I was moving up to that. But anyway, yeah, So Tony was a superstar, okay, grew up 4 miles from Fenway Park, and was drafted by the Red Sox for a minimum amount of money. Back then you didn't get much money. I think he got like $25,000. He was 19, he got drafted at 17. Then at 19 he made the team. I don't know how it happened, but he was that good, and turns out that he was probably one of the most successful Major League Baseball players in history. First to hit 100 home runs, youngest to ever win a home run championship, and I could go on. And then when I was in high school as a senior, I was the captain of my baseball team. And who's in the starting outfield for the Red Sox? The starting outfield. It's Carl Yastrzemski in left, my brother Billy in center, and my brother Tony in right.
This is in the 60s, guys, so a lot of you people listening... Oh, 70s, so a lot of you people listening might not remember these players. Yeah. But yes, the whole point being, both of my father's brothers were very successful in baseball, and then my father also went on to play AAA for the Angels.
Yeah, I got drafted. I got a full scholarship to Florida baseball school. Neither of my brothers went to college. They went right out of high school. My father made me go to college, which I was really not very happy with. Okay?
Fuck college.
Why can I do that? My freaking brothers go to... I want some money now. No, you got to go to college. So I went down there on a full scholarship. I lived with luckily it was the guy's family's name was Al Capone. It wasn't the Al Capone. But they were nice Italian people. I lived with them, and I played there for a while. But the coach wasn't playing me. I couldn't believe it. So then the Angels called, and I got drafted by them, and Jerry Remy and I were roommates. Who people might know Jerry Remy, was the
Jerry Remy's, which is now Tony C's, which are named. All those establishments are named after my Uncle Tony. Tony C.
Jerry and I were roommates. We started together, And I did get up to AAA and broke my leg and real bad, and I couldn't play anymore. So that was the end of my career. But
and a lot of people say that you were just as good, if not better, and could have really made something of yourself had that injury not happened.
Just as good or not better than what?
Just as good as Uncle Tony and Uncle Billy, if not better.
I don't know about that one.
Well, people say that, just so you know.
I think they said that because they wanted me to get, a lot of money.
Oh, just making lies up?
They were making lies up.
Oh, my God.
I was pretty good, but I don't think I was as good as them. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you were up there.
I was better than Jerry Remy, though.
No.
And he was an all-star, so I don't.
So I know I always say to you, tell me a story, and you never want to tell me any stories. But today I'm going to make you tell me a story.
What kind of? I have too many stories. You don't know.
First of all, I want you to tell the story of the hotel stay you had with your friend Frank in the Cape and the bills that you racked up and how you ended up getting out of it at only, 17 years old?
I got to make this very quick, though.
Yeah, go quick, please. Make it a quick version.
Not much time.
No. We got time. Go ahead. Tell me.
We live in the hot. Me and my friend Frank wanted to go down the Cape, and there's this beautiful hotel down there, a Sheraton in Hyannis, and they had the best nightclub anywhere. It was called Tingles. So I had a nice car that somehow I got. It was a Mercedes. I don't know how I got it. But anyway,
quick. What was your first car as a teenager? Because somebody wanted to know that.
A Jaguar.
You had a Jaguar? That was your first car?
XKE.
Okay.
It cost me $1,200.
Wow.
It crashed. It died in the Sumner Tunnel.
Okay. Go back to telling me the Cape story.
And two of my friends set it on fire and got rid of it.
Okay.
Statute of limitations is over, so I can't go to jail. All right. So anyway, that was my first car.
Yep.
So anyway, we have this Mercedes. We're both broke at the time. We had to siphon gas out of his mother's car to get there. Okay, just to get to the Cape from the hot. Anyway, we walk in. I have a gold American Express. Was like 10 times overcharged. It didn't work, but it worked because they knew who I was by the name.
So you were just signing it to the room, right?
Yeah, so they gave us the suite and all this shit. And can I swear on this thing?
Oh yeah, fuck.
So they like were all impressed. There was a freaking painter in the lobby. Conigliaro, he painted a big mural of me in the lobby. You know what I mean? I was a big star. Little did he know I had 2 cents. Right?
Yeah.
So anyway, we're staying there like big shots and all this stuff. And one day I said, after like 25 days there, like, Frank, we're going to owe like thousands. We are screwed. We're going to be freaking working in the kitchen for a month. All right?
Taking out the trash, doing the gardening. Forget about it. You would have been...
Or going to jail.
Or going to jail, yeah.
All right? So I said, Frank, I got to go down and straighten the bill out, man. Otherwise, we're in big trouble. I walked down the front desk, and I'm standing there ready to talk to the girl behind the desk. And some animal runs up to the front desk, jumps over the desk, pounds the lady behind the desk, knocks her down, takes the money, and runs down the hallway.
By animal, he means a criminal. Some guy was in the middle of...
A robbery.
In the middle of a robbery, yep.
So anyway, what do? I chase this motherfucker down the hallway. All right? Like an idiot.
Yep.
Later to find out he had a gun on him, but I didn't know that. And I pounded him from behind in the head, knocked him out.
Yep.
Dragged him back to the front desk. Police came, said, this guy's been robbing hotels around here for 4 years. We've never been able to get him. You got him. Thank you so much. And I had just left my baseball days because of my broken leg. And as I'm walking back, my leg starts hurting, and I says, holy shit. The general manager came, what can we do for you? I said, well,
I did rack up this 20 grand bill.
You get rid of this bill and let us stay here for the rest of the summer, and everything will be cool. And I worked that out.
Can you imagine this guy was about to be arrested for racking up a bill he didn't even have the money for, and it just so happens, and if it wasn't for bad luck, neither him or I would have any. So this was like a once in a lifetime thing. A criminal jets by him. He gets to save the day, and boom, the bill is taken care of, and everybody comes out unscathed. Right?
It's all over the Hyannis papers for the next week. They're taking my picture. The police are in this and that. I'm a hero.
Yeah.
Do you believe this?
Unbelievable.
Meantime, I could have gotten shot.
Yeah.
The guy had a gun, but luckily I didn't.
And yeah, but I have one more story I want you to tell real quick.
All right.
Because a lot of people around Boston know Jerry Maffeo, I'm sure, because he's a big part of the North End.
The great Maffeo.
The great Maffeo, and he was a huge part of my life growing up.
Right.
One of your first friends that I ever met. I've known him since I was born, and you guys were best friends forever. And I want you to tell the story when you guys went on your golfing trip, you, him, Uncle Billy, and how he was snoring and what you did to him.
Well, actually, it's really funny. Same hotel.
Oh, it was the Cape?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
This
Okay.
is the same hotel I caught the crook in.
Okay, perfect.
That's how I knew about this hotel.
Okay.
This was way before me and Frank went.
Yeah.
My brother Tony, Jerry Maffeo, and Anthony Athenas, who owned all the restaurants.
The Hawthorne, yeah.
Pier 4 and all that. The three of us went down to the Cape to get away. Tony just retired from the Angels.
Yep.
So we're having a good time. Anyway, we have this big suite, and the three of us are in this one big room, and we go to bed, and we're trying to sleep, but we can't because Jerry Maffeo snores like freaking
Chainsaw.
1,000 chainsaws at once. All right?
And there's nothing worse than that when you're trying to sleep.
Oh,
A freaking
my God.
motorcycle.
And you got to know this guy Maffeo. He's like, he looks like a Tony Soprano, 200 pounds heavier.
He's like straight out of.
And
He's
he
like
talk-
straight out of a movie.
And he talks like, hey, well, fuck. Oh,
Yeah.
fuck. Go out with it. He's a North End guy. So anyway, he's snoring in his chair. Tony Athenas, my brother Tony, and I say, what the fuck are we going to do with this? We'll be up all night. Well, there's a sliding door in the first hole. Green is right outside the sliding door. So we fucking, three of us, it was very hard because he weighed about 300 pounds. We freaking picked up his chair, carried him out, and put him in front of the green, the first green,
Yep.
about 3 in the morning.
Yep.
All right? And we're looking at him after we left him. He's going,
Sound asleep.
sound asleep still.
Yep.
So we wake up early. We look out. The sprinklers are going on out there. And he's still going. People are starting to tee off.
And he's
hitting
up
balls
there in his
next to him.
chair. Oh my God.
And
that
finally he
was awesome.
woke up and said, what the fuck? I'm going to get you guys. All right.
Oh,
So
that's
anyway.
that's another good one.
Well, 2 at the same hotel. Do you believe that?
That's funny. So we were on the same hotel. That's good. So, you might not know this, but you've become a little bit of a fan favorite on my, TikTok and Instagram page and stuff.
No, I don't know that.
Yeah, because you hate when I video you. I'm
Yeah,
always taking videos and you're always running away. But when I do capture the moments, I post them and you get a lot of attention. People seem to like you. You're a character. So, how do you feel? I got some questions from some fans of yours that messaged me that want you to answer them. So we're gonna do that now.
All right.
So the first one is: are you sick of Cayla's shit, and do you find her pranks funny?
Yes, I'm sick of Cayla's shit. And no, I don't find them funny.
Even though we're talking to the #1 prankster of all time that literally wrote the book on pranks, and he gets pissed off when I do it to him. But Jeans, what can I tell you? I'm his daughter. But yeah, so I a lot of people like the balloon one when I soaked you.
Yeah, I mean, I know it is funny, but it's like at my age, I might have a heart attack. Right? You gotta go easy.
Okay,
I
all right,
can't
all right.
be shocked.
All right, I'll take it easy.
Okay.
So did he play baseball too? But you already answered that. AAA for the Angels. He would have continued, but he had an injury. What part of Boston are you from? I think you touched on that already. East Boston.
Yeah.
From East Boston, you went to Revere. From Revere to Swampscott. Wrong. Go.
Man, I can't believe you're my daughter and you don't know where I went.
I thought you lived in Revere.
No. My family lived in Revere. The day I was born, they moved to East Boston.
Oh, okay.
The same day.
Okay, so Revere was before East Boston.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So I just got my timeline fucked up.
Right. So then we lived there for 11 years in East Boston, right above Suffolk Downs. And at 11, my father, we were poor. I mean, we were real. My father was selling Christmas trees.
Yeah.
And shit to make us survive, And he did well. He got in the tool and die business, and he bought some property in Swampscott and built a house there, and we moved. And it was very hard on me because all my friends I loved in East Boston, who are every one of them either dead or in jail because of the area I was growing up in.
Yeah.
It was a very tough area.
Yeah.
Projects and all this stuff. And when we moved to Swampscott, I missed them so much. I used to take the bus back every day.
To go visit.
Every weekend after school to go visit my friends, But then, it turned over. We went to Swampscott. We lived there. And everything, started from there. So from when I was 11 through high school, we lived in Swampscott.
Swampscott. And then Nahant came
then
after.
We moved to Nahant. The day
Rosemary
I graduated,
Road.
My father built a house on the ocean because that was my mother's dream. And he built her dream house on the ocean in Nahant when I was 17.
6 Rosemary Road.
Yeah.
So that's the house I grew up in as well.
Yeah, right.
My father lived in that house till I was about 9, so I have very fond memories there. Another question for you: what was it like growing up in a famous baseball family?
Very difficult. You got to understand that it was hard for my brother Billy, who was just under my brother Tony,
Right.
being in the shadow of Tony.
It did. It overshadowed him.
Right. But then remember, now I'm behind Tony and Billy that are both starting outfields for the Red Sox.
Right. Talk about overshadowing.
Forget about it, man. Forget it. Listen, let me tell you something. I'm 12 years old. I hit a ground ball to shortstop in Little League, and I ran down first base. My foot hit the bag. I went by 2 feet, and then the ball came. Umpire goes, "You're out." I said, "What? Just because you're a Conigliaro, you think you got to get special treatment?" This is an umpire yelling at me.
A 12-year-old kid.
12-year-old kid. So, yes, it was very difficult.
It wasn't as easy as it may seem.
No, people think, man. And then when I went to different parks, and they announced my name, Conigliaro, well, his brother, they freaking, when I struck out, man, especially, away games,
Yep.
they freaking clapped and loved and booed me to death.
Yeah.
It was very, very difficult. It really was. But a lot of great things came from it.
Yeah, like you had no problem picking up chicks. So that was no issue for you. Come on, don't be bashful.
Listen, you don't want me to get into
All right, I don't. But let me tell you something. He got a broad or two in his day. I personally, I think my mother.
One of these days we'll talk about Jason and me. That's another story.
Oh, yeah. My father's best friend, Jason Angiulo. I don't think my father's allowed to talk about any of those stories, but he grew up with Jason Angiulo, Jerry Angiulo's son, and you were
just very quickly.
You were right in the middle of everything.
Yeah, very quickly. I have a famous name. Not really, not because of me, because of my brothers. Could have been because of me, but later. But the thing is, and then
you think that too.
We opened this nightclub in Nahant, and this kid walks in, 16 years old, with a Mac hat on, and he introduced himself. It's Jason Angiulo. And I go, well, yeah, wow. I heard that name. His father, Jerry, was the freaking boss of the New England Mafia.
Yeah.
Great, brilliant guy.
Yeah.
Okay, and then Jason and I, since 1972, have been together constantly. So imagine the two of us going out together.
You ruled the world.
The son of the freaking mafia head, me, the baseball family. It was like Goodfellas. We went to a nightclub. They put the table in front. They'd go through the kids. Just like was an unbelievable thing.
Just like what you see in The Sopranos.
It's crazy.
But yeah, so even for me, I mean, I grew up going to the Angiulo's house all the time for Christmas Eve. They were very close family friends of ours. And my father ended up having his second wedding there as well. Barbara Angiulo, Jerry's wife, he was still in prison at the time. But his wife got a justice of the peace for one day, and she married my father and my stepmother right in the backyard of their house in Nahant, right on the water. It was a beautiful wedding. I was in it. I was miserable, but I was still there.
Yeah,
I didn't want you getting married to somebody else.
Of
but
course not. I mean, that just goes to show how
talking to the mic.
Just goes to show how close we were with the family.
Oh yeah.
You know what they did, whatever. I don't know anything.
Yeah.
But I'm saying they were great people. They were, food and everything. We had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And it was just great memories. And Jason's still one of my best friends.
So another question. Someone wants to know if you are Sicilian. Half. Yes, but we are. Your father was full Sicilian.
My father's full Sicilian.
Yeah.
My mother was up in Brussels.
Napolitan.
Yeah, she was blonde with blue eyes, which is very strange, being Italian, full Italian, and I am full Italian.
Yes.
But I'm half Sicilian.
Half Sicilian.
Yeah.
And what's your favorite Italian restaurant? Other than your mother, my grandmother was your favorite Italian restaurant. But other than that, what was your favorite Italian restaurant, or is currently?
That's really a tough one.
Yeah,
Again.
can't answer that.
All I know is you could ask me my favorite pizza. That's another.
Bianchi's. I know the answer to that.
Yeah,
Your favorite pizza, Bianchi's.
Yeah, you went in the order of the original Regina's on Thatcher Street. And back then. But it's not as good today.
It's not as good today.
And you go to Bianchi's, then Santapio's is running third.
Yeah, I love Santapio's.
Sorry, Frank.
I love Santapio's. Yeah. So another question. What does Cayla do that drives you the most nuts?
We don't have enough time. No, really.
Am I really that much of a pain in the ass?
You really are.
Oh my! Someone wants to know if I was a cutie pie growing up.
Oh yeah, you were a little princess. Yeah, definitely.
A little princess, but a little shit.
Princess. You gave me the worst, terrifying moment till today I ever had in my life.
We have time for this. So my father opened a nightclub. He had many nightclubs and restaurants throughout the years, but he opened a nightclub called Legends. It was in Peabody on 114. And the night of the opening, tell the people what I did, Dad.
Okay, the night of the opening, I had Cayla there early, and she was going to leave pretty soon. And I went looking for her, and she was gone. She was gone. All right, she was, let's see, she was like 3, I think, 2 or 3. Gone. I went into a panic. I called the police. I had 114 closed, all the highways around the building. I had
the trunks being checked.
Everything, the parking lot. We had the SWAT team down there looking for her. My daughter was history. I was ready to die. I had to call her mother and say, Cayla's gone. Okay. So anyway, to find out, she was pulling a trick on me, hiding in the coat room under all the coats.
And I hate to admit this, but not only do I vividly remember that night, but I vividly remember being in the coat rack and people running by frantically screaming my name. And I was just sitting there like, well, I'm finally getting the attention I wanted. Because, I wasn't getting any attention because it was the opening of the nightclub. So nobody gave a fuck about me. And 3-year-old Cayla did not like that. Just the same as 30-year-old Cayla doesn't like that. But anyway, so I wasn't getting attention, so I went and hid in the coat rack, and I remember it like it was yesterday. And then when I, got bored I think I stayed in there for about almost 2 hours, and when I got bored, I finally came out. Ta-da! I'm here! No one stole me, Dad!
So now you know why I didn't have time to talk about
all the reasons of why I'm a pain in the ass.
Okay, now I don't know much time yet, but I got to talk about my brother.
Yeah, so I'm going to ask you 2 more questions, and then we're going to talk about what's coming up with Uncle Billy. So, one more, dating advice.
For you?
No, not for me. I don't want to fucking date nobody, and I already know the advice. But what would you give dating advice to, in general, to a female?
To a female?
Yeah, to a female.
Don't trust any guy.
Bada boom.
All right?
Point blank, period.
It's not saying that every guy's bad.
But let's be clear.
Most guys are looking
for one thing. Yeah. And one thing
Okay,
only.
but you'll find one guy out of 100 maybe
Yeah.
that is really a nice guy. That's why the divorce rate went from 15% in the 50s to like 85 now.
You
Nobody gets together.
You heard it here
Forget
first,
about it.
ladies and gentlemen. Do not trust men. Okay, let's be clear on that. And then, are you single?
Yes.
He's single, guys. So slide in my DMs if you're interested. If you're my age, the answer is fucking no. He's not
but
allowed to date anybody that's my age. That's fucking creepy. Even though what?
But you can trust older men.
Oh, but you can trust older men. So through that advice of don't trust men, you can trust him.
Well, because you learn, guys are immature. Women
Yeah,
are more
you
mature
learn
than
through
guys.
your mistakes.
Yeah, man, it's like now you appreciate women more. When you're a kid, you just want to get a piece of ass.
All right, so we're going to close this episode out, but before I do want to, we ended up last year, my father worked on this huge documentary for my Uncle Tony. It was supposed to be released on Nessun and all the channels, but we were doing private showings for him, and we did one at the Lit Auditorium, which sold out. It was great. The governor came, he spoke about my uncle, all of his memories of being in Swampscott. Mike Lynch, great guy, he was involved. And now that we just lost my Uncle Billy last month, my father's brother, my godfather. My dad has some plans going forward for what he's going to do with a tribute to him. So let us know, Dad.
Yeah, my Uncle Bill, my brother Billy was an amazing man. He was in the shadow of my brother, but he was very humble. He never wanted to be recognized, So he wouldn't let me do any kind of thing for him when he was alive. But now that he's not, I am planning an amazing celebration night, which I have my friends. I have Mike Lynch, who's was the sportscaster for Channel 5. Everyone, Anthony Athanas, we're going to have this thing at the Hawthorne by the Sea in Swampscott, I think in June, with videos and films and clips and pictures and everything of his life. It's going to be amazing. And also I'm doing a documentary working with the Boston Film Bureau on Billy Conigliaro's life. I did one for Tony, now I'm doing one for Billy. And it's going to be unbelievable. And we're working on it right now, and I really hope everyone comes and see it because it's an amazing story.
Yeah, guys, it really is. My Uncle Billy was definitely way better than he got credit for. And I think our goal now, now that he's gone, we can kind of bring that to light of, just how talented he really was. And, he flew helicopters. He did everything. Like he never bragged about a thing. He was just the best guy in the world.
Well, last thing about Billy and Tony, in that 1970, when they both started in the outfield together, they still hold the record combination for most home runs by two brothers on a team ever. Yeah. Billy hit 18, Tony hit 36 that year. So it's just one of the many records they held. So
even if, a lot of the audience out there doesn't really know about my uncle and all that stuff, he might be before your time, but go visit Tony C's. There's all kinds of pictures on the walls of my family, and it's keeping his name alive, so go support that. And yeah, Dad, thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciated you coming on. And guys, stay tuned because the pranks aren't over. I don't know how you got me to do that. I literally had to drag him in. He does not leave the fucking house, but I got him in here. So pat on the back to me. All right. And yeah, guys, we'll see you next week. Bye, bitches.
Yes, I'm in designer. If I see her, then I got her, bro. Yes, I am a dog with these diamonds on my collar.